last 3 basketball videos, the picks have gone 11-4, and those picks were mostly totals and against the spread. You're welcome. If you are watching this video after these games have already started, make sure you mash on that subscribe button and tap that little bell to make sure this doesn't happen again. In this video, I'll be sharing my 5 best bets for this Saturday's college basketball action. So follow what you're feeling and let's roll.
Ready, set, bet.
We are kicking things off with the Boilermakers heading to Breslin Center to take on Sparty. This line opened with Purdue favored by 2.5, but I also saw it at 4 on PointsBet. The total was at 146.5 when I last checked. This video is being made a day before, so who knows where the line ends up. Make sure you shop for the best odds on BettorOff. A couple of teams trending in opposite directions right now. Purdue has won 3 in a row, and the Spartans have lost 3 in a row. In fact, Michigan State has been fading fast in the month of February, going 2-6. At one point, Sparty looked like a lock for the tourney, but they need to start putting together a nice finish if they want to avoid that bubble talk. In their last 6 games, opponents are averaging close to 75 points. That definitely is not normal for a Tom Izzo team. Unfortunately, they're going to have to try and right the ship against one of the highest scoring offenses in the nation. The Boilermakers are led by Jaden Ivey, who will no doubt be playing in the NBA soon, and a pretty stout interior that features Edney and Trevion Williams. Since this line moved so much from where it opened at, I really only feel safe playing Purdue on the money line. I found it at -152 through FanDuel. Confidence level, 2. Purdue has won 4 straight against Michigan State, and they've covered the spread in each one. But I think Michigan State might be creeping into desperation mode, and they might keep this one close. By the way, guys, I have a special announcement. UFC is now available on the BettorOff app. I am very excited about next week's UFC 272 main card, Covington versus Masvidal. These guys do not like each other, and neither guy actually holds a belt right now, which means that they're putting these guys in a ring together because they know that the sparks are going to fly.
Keep smiling, little. Can't wait to break those fake teeth.
So make sure you download the app and put in your best bets if you fancy yourself a UFC aficionado. You can also make some picks for this UFC fight night that's featuring Islam Makhachev and Bobby Green going down this Saturday as well. Next, the Kentucky Wildcats head to Arkansas to battle the Razorbacks. Arkansas opened as a 2.5-point favorite, but is now down to 2, and the total's at 147.5. I expect this to be one of the more active lines. BettorOff has 10 different books to shop lines with. Be sure to do your due diligence before placing your bet on this game. The Razorbacks play an intense brand of basketball, and they do a good job of getting the most out of what they have. This is one of those spots where they are going to look to add a signature win to their resume against a top contender, and help their tourney seeding as well. Kentucky, on the other hand, you can pretty much call them a lock for a high seed in the tourney already. John Calipari has been there and done it many times, so I wouldn't be surprised if he already has his team in cruise control as they get ready to ramp up for March. If the Wildcats actually get Severe Wheeler or Ty Washington back for this game, I actually think that it's going to help Arkansas because they've been out long enough that they're going to have a little bit of an acclimation phase of getting into the rhythm and flow of the game. So give me the Razorbacks -2. I'm thinking we might see them storm the court for this one. Game 3 will be a primetime event on ESPN as the number 2 ranked Auburn Tigers travel to Tennessee to take on the 16th ranked Volunteers. The home team is favored by 2.5 and the total's at 139.5. Auburn is a formidable force with the most versatile big men in college basketball. They have Jabari Smith, who looks like he models his game after Kevin Durant. And much like Durant, there's a very good chance he ends up being one of the top 2 players drafted. They also have Walker Kessler, whose steadily improving game has made the Tigers a real threat to win it all this year. Now, the Volunteers will definitely have their hands full with both of those guys. Fortunately, they get to play at home, where they have not lost this season. Tennessee has a look of a team that could be a year away from being a serious contender though. They will no doubt make the tournament this year, but their best players are freshmen who will probably go through some growing pains in a trial by fire manner. I think that Auburn gets the win here, but I am more intrigued by the total going over 139.5. In these teams' last 8 meetings, they're averaging 155 points a game. Yo, real quick, I also wanted to mention that if anybody out there wants to be a part of the BettorOff family, we need more sports betting content creators to help us grow. So if you're interested in getting in on the ground floor with a great company in an industry that is absolutely exploding right now, you can send me an email. I left that in the description box down below. Game 4 is another heavyweight banger between the number 5 ranked Kansas Jayhawks and the number 10 ranked Baylor Bears. This line originally opened with Baylor minus 3.5, but it's come down to 3, and the total was at 149 on DraftKings when I last checked. So when these teams last played earlier in the season, I actually made a pick on this game to hit the under, and it won. So, I was happy because I was originally going to take the Bears, and I chickened out because I saw how Kansas just owns Baylor over the years. So, Baylor, when healthy, they have all the tools of an elite team, but they're not healthy. And sometimes certain teams just have a sort of psychological advantage over another, and I think that's the case here. Kansas is 32-7 versus the Bears dating back to 1998. If Kansas can get a win here, I think they're going to make a really strong case to be a 1 seed even without winning their conference tourney. So I'm taking those 3 points with Kansas. I think they might win outright, but I would rather take those points. Until Baylor can prove that they can beat Kansas, I will definitely take the points with the Jayhawks. The late night creeping on a come-up game is between Gonzaga Bulldogs and the St. Mary Gales. The Zags opened as a 7.5 point favorite, and it has since jumped to 11 when I last checked. The total was at 144 with Caesars. Again, remember, I'm making this video on Friday night, so these lines are subject to some drastic changes. So the Gales are supposed to be Gonzaga's biggest competition. They're supposed to be like their biggest rival, but this rivalry has been less like Duke, North Carolina, and more like Ike and Tina. The Bulldogs have really had their way with St. Mary's through the years, including a 7-game win streak where the average margin of victory has been by 19 points. But I hate how much that line has moved. However, this game is happening on St. Mary's senior night, so I expect the intensity to be at an 11, and I think that they are going to do their best to control the pace of play to, help us get the under at 144. I mean, realistically, St. Mary's has slim to no chance of winning this game because they'll never be able to keep up with Gonzaga's scoring, so look for them to do their best to minimize the amount of possessions each team has. Also, another side note, if you can find the Zags team total at 77 or lower, I like that to go over as well. Anyways, my confidence level on this total staying under is at a 2. I'd really like to get some more opinions on this game though. If somebody out there has a good pick on this game or any of the games that are going down this Saturday, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Also, I could really use some help in growing this channel, so if you could do me a favor, please hit the like button, share this video, I would very much appreciate it. Alright guys, that's a wrap for the picks in this video, but we will be back again soon to share more of our best bets on BettorOff. So subscribe and tap the bell to stay locked into the action with us. Until next time, best of luck banging on the books.